Crucible Arms here. Want to talk about the past and the present in terms of our U.S. military and the sidearm that they carry. Right here, you'll all recognize the vaunted 1911. This is my Ruger SR 1911 with some aftermarket grips on it. And then right here, the Beretta 92FS. These represent the U.S. military's sidearm for since 1911, obviously. 1911 to 1985, this is what the U.S. military forces carried as their sidearm. And in 1985-86 transition, this won the competition for the new firearm, and there were some qualifications that this one had to have that the 1911 didn't, although it was a very controversial contest, as these things usually are, but that was when the transition was made, and now the U.S. military carries the official firearm, sidearm, is the Beretta 92FS, manufactured in Italy, and has been in service actually since 1975. So that's when the pistol first came out. So it had been in service for 10 years before it was adopted by the U.S. military as the official sidearm. It's a 9mm versus the 45 ACP that you found in the 1911s. But really, really a nice firearm. This one actually is my son's. This is Noozer Dude's. And he's a lefty, so some of the things he really likes about this particular pistol is the fact that it does have the ambidextrous safety as well as decocker, and we'll go into that in a little bit. And it also has a reversible magazine release. So he's reversed it and has it so that it releases from the left side, I should say from the right side, rather than from the left side. Slide stop, however, is just on the one side. But heavy pistol. This is absolutely a service firearm. You know, I don't know of anybody who carries this concealed or considers it a self-defense weapon. Again, it's a service pistol that you're going to carry in an outside the waistband holster, or you're going to take it to the range and shoot it. It is pretty. I do love the Italians in their design. Everything they've designed, from their cars to their form, is just gorgeous. So as I said before, it is a heavy pistol, 32 ounces, all metal, although they have over the years since its inception have lightened it up by putting some polymer parts in it and coating some of the metal in polymer. You know, one of the notable ones is the recoil rod. Is now a polymer recoil rod. That gets some people excited. They believe that, you know, steel is the only way to go, but I can tell you there's been a lot of rounds gone through this particular pistol and it's had zero malfunction, so I don't think that's a problem for me. And they have tried to lighten it up because, boy, I tell you what, you carry this on your side all day long, you know it. It is a substantial firearm. It's also substantial to hold. It's got a really, depending on your hand size, and my son's got bigger hands than I do, but it's got a pretty significant grip, and mostly you notice it in the width. It's a pretty wide grip. I like it. For me, you know, I can get a good purchase on it. For people, I've got medium-sized hands. For people with large hands, they do really like it because it is got more meat to it. You can really get your hands around it. You don't feel like you're crowded or cramped. And then you've got, you know, a real nice trigger guard here that you can get your finger inside relatively easily as well. I will say all of these, they're always, as always, been safety checked prior to us doing anything. There's never any live ammo in the room when we do our reviews, so just wanted to make sure that I made you aware of that. We always do safety first. Again, it's a 9mm and a full-size handgun, and so surprisingly, it's got a bit of a light magazine capacity as far as I'm concerned. These factory mags hold 15. Now, there are plenty of aftermarket magazines that hold more than that, and actually my son Noozer Dude got the Meg-gar, which is an 18-round, and I believe you can even get 20-round magazines for these if you're willing to extend the base plate a little bit. But zero malfunctions. Meg-gar builds, you know, great magazines, as I'm sure most of you know, and you know, that puts the capacity of this particular pistol kind of more on par with the other full-size 9mm guns. As we talked about before, this is a ambidextrous safety and decocker. So not only is it a safety, but it will also decock the gun. So when the safety is off and the gun is in cocked position, obviously if you drop the hammer right now and there's a round in the chamber, it will fire. But if you engage the safety, it pulls the pin out of the way and decocks the gun for you. So some people like that, some people don't. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference to me. I do feel I don't know, it's a little clumsy as far as I'm concerned, but I don't shoot this as much as I shoot a lot of my other firearms. My son shoots it all the time, and it just isn't, it's all a matter of training and what you shoot with. So, but a nice decocker works really, really well. Slide release is nice and extended. It is on the left-hand side of the gun only. Slide lock / release. We've talked about the fact that it has an open slide and what that means from a design standpoint and from lightening it up from a weight standpoint. But the other thing that I really like about the functionality of this slide is the way that the barrel locks and the fact that it doesn't tilt. This has a very, very smooth action. As you can see, the barrel stays stable the entire time. It doesn't tilt and tilt up when you unlock it. So the fact of the matter is when you shoot this gun, because it comes straight back and there's no tilt on there, it's just a very, very, very smooth action. One of the things that's interesting about the M9 or the 92FS2 is one of the specifications that the U.S. military had when they tested this pistol is they wanted to be able to have it so that you could put a single round in the barrel, close the slide, cock it, and take the safety off, cock it, and fire the round. Now, as most of you know, in most pistols, you can't do that. If you try and put a round into the chamber itself, you end up screwing up the extractor. It won't extract properly, or you can actually bend it or mess it up. But this was kind of a, when everything goes to hell out in the field kind of thing, the gun's muddy and you're out of ammo, and, last resort type thing was the ability to lock that open, put a round in there, close it, and shoot the gun. So, kind of a neat little design feature. But again, a very substantial piece, feels good in your hand. It's got a really nice weight to it, fairly substantial grip. So again, depending on the size of your hands, you're going to love that, or maybe not so much. Really nice sights. We haven't talked about the sights, but traditional 3-dot sights. A little tall. They're not as sculpted as some, but again, this isn't a in the waistband carry type pistol. It's not something that you're going to do for a concealed carry. It's going to be a service pistol, so dehorning it isn't all that important. But very nice sights. It is a great shooter. I love shooting this pistol. It has, because of that very smooth action and the weight of the gun for a 9mm, and the fact that it's a 9mm, it's a very, very shootable gun. You can get your aim points down very, very well, very repeatable. I shoot with this gun really, really well. The other thing about having the fact that the barrel doesn't move is it makes it very easy to put, if you get a threaded version of this, get a suppressor on there, and again, you can be very accurate with it because nothing is moving. It's all staying in the same line. So let's take it down. Let's do a tear down on it and show you what it looks like from the inside. So the Beretta 92FS has one of the most simple field strips I think I've ever seen. It's really, really sweet. Got a button on this side. You push that button in and drop that lever, and off comes the slide. That's it. I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than that. I even did that with the magazine in, and as you know, with some pistols, if you got the magazine in, that doesn't go all that smoothly. Beyond that, again, traditional recoil spring assembly, and then pull the barrel out. Now, one of the things that's interesting, again, we talked about the fact that the barrel doesn't move when the slide retracts on this. From a tilting standpoint, is because it does use what they call the falling locking block, and that's this mechanism here. And to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure how it works. I wish I was a little smarter than that, but I'm not. But it seems to work well. It does the job. It does what it's supposed to do. This pistol's never had a misfire. It gets shot a lot, and it's never had a misfeed. It's never had a failure to eject. It's been 100%. So again, I'm not sure the designer how that works. And again, this is another one of the polymer pieces, as well as this, but it works really, really well. It works extremely well. Going back together is just as simple. Slide that back in. There we go. Get the spring in place. Drop that down. Pull that back. That lever goes up. You're back in business. So very, very simple field strip, easy to clean. Not a lot of nooks and crannies in it. Very straightforward, and I think the whole idea is it was supposed to be very serviceable in the field, in a real combat situation. So it does come apart easily, not a lot of moving parts in it, easy to clean, easy to go back together, and easy to make sure it stays, serviceable when you're in the field. I think the next thing we have to do is go take it and shoot it, because like I say, it's my favorite thing to do with all handguns, obviously, but I really do like shooting this. Take that. So I want to thank Noozer Dude for letting us borrow his beautiful Beretta, his Italian-made Beretta. This is actually his very first pistol, and he absolutely loves it. So I appreciate the fact that he let us take it out to the range today and stretch its legs a little bit. Any questions, concerns, or comments, feel free to leave them. And I appreciate you stopping by Crucible Arms to check out the beautiful Beretta 92FS. Have a great day.